Hey, what's up guys? Steve here, and today we're going to take a look at the 50 highest selling 1987 through 1994 Michael Jordan basketball cards from the Fanatics weekly auction that ended on August 11th. And kicking off today's list at number 50 is this 1993 Upper Deck Michael Jordan, card number 237. This was a PSA 9 that received 6 bids, and it sold for $20.40. Up next at number 49 is this 1991 Upper Deck Magic Johnson vs. Michael Jordan with card number 34. This was a PSA 8 that received 5 bids, and it also sold for just over $20. Coming in at number 48 is this 1992 Skybox USA Michael Jordan, card number 43. This was a PSA 8 that received 5 bids, and it sold for $21.60. Up next at number 47 is Michael Jordan's 1991 Upper Deck Award Winners hologram with card number AW1. This hologram was in a SGC 7 that received 6 bids, and it sold for $21.60. Coming in at number 46 is Michael Jordan's 1991 Hoop Slam Dunk with card number IV. This was a PSA 8 that received 8 bids, and it sold for $21.60. Up next at number 45 is Michael Jordan's 1991 Hoops card number 30. This was a PSA 9 that received 7 bids, and it sold for $21.60. We get our first Jordan basketball card from the 1980s at number 44, with Michael Jordan's 1989 Hoops base card with card number 200. This was a PSA 8 that received 10 bids, and it also sold for $21.60. Coming in at number 43 is this 1993 Upper Deck Mr. June Michael Jordan, card number MJ3. This was a PSA 8 that received 5 bids, and it sold for $22.80. We're headed to the inaugural 1992 Ultra basketball set at number 42, with Michael Jordan's base card with card number 27. This was a PSA 9 that received 8 bids, and it sold for $22.80. Coming in at number 41 is this 1992 Skybox USA Basketball Michael Jordan, card number 41. This was a PSA 8 that received 5 bids, and it sold for $22.80. We're sticking to the 1992 Skybox USA basketball set at number 40, with Michael Jordan's card number 39. This was a PSA 8 that received 5 bids, and it sold for $22.80. Coming in at number 39 is Michael Jordan's 1991 Hoops All-Star MVPs with card number IX. This was a PSA 9 that received 7 bids, and it also sold for $22.80. Up next at number 38 is this 1992 Upper Deck Fanimation featuring Michael Jordan and Larry Bird with card number 510. This was a PSA 9 that received 8 bids, and it sold for $24 even. Coming in at number 37 is this 1992 Upper Deck MVP Holograms Michael Jordan, card number 4. This Jordan hologram that was ungraded but authenticated by NBA received 11 bids, and it sold for $25.20. Up next at number 36 is this 1992 Upper Deck MVP Michael Jordan, card number 67. This was a PSA 9 that received 6 bids, and it sold for $25.20. Coming in at number 35 is Michael Jordan's 1992 Upper Deck, card number 23. This was a PSA 9 that received 9 bids, and it sold for $25.20. Up next at number 34 is this 1992 Skybox USA Basketball Michael Jordan, card number 42. This was a PSA 9 that received 7 bids, and it sold for $25.20. Coming in at number 33 is this 1992 Skybox Michael Jordan, card number 31. This was a PSA 9 that received 7 bids, and it sold for $25.20. We're headed to the inaugural 1991 Upper Deck basketball set at number 32, with Michael Jordan's East All-Star card with card number 69. This was a PSA 9 that received 8 bids, and it sold for $25.20. Coming in at number 31 is this 1990 Legends Magazine insert Michael Jordan, card number 16. This was a PSA 8 that received 5 bids, and it sold for $25.20. And kicking off the top 30 of today's list is this 1991 Upper Deck Michael Jordan, card number 44. This was a PSA 9 that received 8 bids, and it sold for $25.20. Up next at number 29 is Michael Jordan's base card from the 1990 Hoops basketball set with card number 65. This was a PSA 9 that received 7 bids, and it sold for $25.20. Coming in at number 28 is this 1990 Fleer Michael Jordan, card number 26. This was an SGC 9 that received 7 bids, and it also sold for $25.20. Up next at number 27 is Michael Jordan's 1993 Fleer League Leader card with card number 221. This was an SGC 9.5 that received 9 bids, and it sold for $26.40. Coming in at number 26 is this 1992 Upper Deck Champion 87 and 88 Michael Jordan, card number 453. This non-air variation was in a PSA 9 that received 8 bids, and it also sold for $26.40. Up next at number 25 is this 1993 Topps Gold Michael Jordan, card number 199. This was an SGC 9.5 that received 8 bids, and it sold for $30 even. Coming in at number 24 is this 1991 Upper Deck Award winner holograms Michael Jordan, card number AW4. This hologram was in a PSA 9 that received 10 bids, and it sold for $32.40. Make that back-to-back holograms at number 23 with Michael Jordan's 1992 Upper Deck Award winner holograms card number AW9. This was a PSA 9 that received 10 bids, and it sold for $36. We're headed back to the 1980s at number 22 with this 1989 North Carolina Collegiate Collections Michael Jordan, card number 16. This was an SGC 9.5 that received 13 bids, and it also sold for $36 even. Coming in at number 21 is Michael Jordan's 1992 Topps base card with card number 141. This was a BGS 9.5 that received 8 bids, and it sold for $37.20. And kicking off the top 20 of today's list is this 1991 Hoops USA Michael Jordan, card number 579. This was an SGC 10 that received 7 bids, and it sold for $46.80. Up next at number 19 is this 1993 Ultra Famous Nicknames Michael Jordan, card number 7. This was a PSA 8 that received 15 bids, and it sold for $48 even. We're headed back to the 1980s at number 18 with Michael Jordan's 1988 Fleer All-Star card with card number 120. This was a BGS 7.5 that received 15 bids, and it sold for $49.20. Coming in at number 17 is this 1993 Finest Michael Jordan, card number 1. This was a PSA 8 that received 8 bids, and it sold for $50.40. Up next at number 16 is this 1992 Hoops Michael Jordan, card number 30. This was a PSA 10 that received 16 bids, and it sold for $74.40. Coming in at number 15 is Michael Jordan's 1991 Skybox, card number 572. This was a PSA 10 that received 21 bids, and it sold for $76.80. We're headed back to the 1990 Hoops basketball set at number 14, this time with Michael Jordan's All-Star card with card number 5. This was a PSA 10 that received 18 bids, and it sold for $93.60. Coming in at number 13 is this 1988 Foreigner NBA Estrellas Michael Jordan, card number 22. This was a PSA 10 that received 13 bids, and it sold for just short of $100. Up next at number 12 is Michael Jordan's 1993 Hoops 5th anniversary, card number 28. This was a PSA 10 that received 25 bids, and it sold for $138. Coming in at number 11 is this 1993 Ultra Power in the Key Michael Jordan, card number 2. This Jordan insert was in a BGS 8 that received 12 bids, and it sold for $150. And kicking off the top 10 of today's list is this 1994 Finest Michael Jordan, card number 331. This was a PSA 9 that received 11 bids, and it sold for $168. Up next at number 9 is this 1989 Hoops Michael Jordan, card number 200. This was a PSA 10 that received 23 bids, and it sold for $186. Coming in at number 8 is this 1987 Fleer Michael Jordan, card number 59. This was a PSA 7 that received 20 bids, and it sold for $324. Up next at number 7 is this 1987 Gigantes del Basket Spanish Stickers Michael Jordan, sticker number 1. This Jordan that was ungraded but authenticated by NBA received 32 bids, and it sold for $348. Coming in at number 6 is this 1991 Nike Do You Know 90 Michael Jordan and Spike Lee, card number 3. This was a PSA 10 that received 22 bids, and it sold for $456. And we're back to the 1980s to kick off the top 5 of today's list, with Michael Jordan's 1989 Fleer base card with card number 21. This was a PSA 10 that received 26 bids, and it sold for $1,020. Up next at number 4 is this 1993 Ultra Scoring Kings Michael Jordan, card number 5. This was an SGC 9 that received 25 bids, and it sold for $1,230. Coming in at number 3 is this 1993 Fleer Living Legends Michael Jordan, card number 4. This was a PSA 10 that received 30 bids, and it sold for $2,880. Up next at number 2 is Michael Jordan's 1988 Fleer base card with card number 17. This was a PSA 10 that received 32 bids, and it also sold for $2,880. And topping off today's list at number 1 is this 1992 Stadium Club Beam Team Michael Jordan, card number 1. This Jordan insert was in a PSA 10 that received 36 bids, and it sold for $5,880. Thanks for joining me today, guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.